Mercy Watson, Princess in Disguise. Chapter 1. Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson have a pig named Mercy. Mr. Watson, Mrs. Watson, and Mercy live together in a house at 504 Decker Drive. One October afternoon, in the living room of the house on Lockwood Drive, Mrs. Watson had an idea. "Darling," said Mrs. Watson. "Yes," said Mr. Watson. "Halloween is coming." "It most curtain is," said Mr. Watson. "I believe that Mercy shall dress up," said Mr. Watson. Mrs. Watson. Mercy opened one eye. "I believe that Mercy shall dress up like go trick-or-treating," said Mrs. Watson. Mercy opened both eyes. She liked very much the sound of the word treating. "What a splendid idea," said Mr. Watson. "But what should Mercy be?" Chapter 2. Should Mercy be a ghost? asked Mr. Watson. "I don't think so," said Mrs. Watson. "A pumpkin? Not quite right," said Mrs. Watson. "A pirate, a robot, a witch?" No, said Mrs. Watson. Mercy sighed. She closed her eyes. She fell asleep. "Well, then," said Mr. Watson, "what should Mercy be?" "I'm quite certain," said Mrs. Watson, "that Mercy shall be a princess." "Of course," said Mr. Watson, "it is a braid. Why didn't I think of that?" "You must go and find the tiara," said Miss Watson, "and I will make her a princess dress." "I am on the case," said Mr. Watson. "Oh, Mercy," said Mrs. Watson, "you will so lovely. You will be beautiful beyond compared." Chapter 3. Mrs. Watson measured Mercy from nose to tail. She measured her from side to side. She measured Mercy about and around and around. "Heavens," said Mrs. Watson, "I hope have enough factories." When Mercy woke up from her nap, Mrs. Watson was smiling at her. "Darling," said Mrs. Watson, "your dress is finished." "Oink," said Mercy. "I know," said Mrs. Watson. "It is shining, isn't it? Let's try it on." Mrs. Watson put Mercy's right front leg into the dress. Mercy took her right front leg out. Mrs. Watson put Mercy's left front leg into the dress. Mercy took her left front legs out. "Goodness, congratulations," said Mrs. Watson. "Please hold still or we will never get this dress on." "My darling, my dear," said Mr. Watson, "I'm home, and I have combed and tiara. Tiara. Oh, Mr. Watson, said Mrs. Watson, I'm hanging a thicker time here. Mercy does not want to wear her princess dress. Perhaps, said Mrs. Watson, you should tell her about the treat. Chapter 4. Mercy picked up her ears. She liked treats. Her favorite treat of all was toast with a great deal of butter on it. My darling, my dear, said Mr. Watson, if you wear this dress, everyone in the neighborhood will give you treats. Mercy closed her eyes. She should see quite clearly. But if you want the treat, you must wear the dress, said Mrs. Watson. Mercy sighed. She ordered Mrs. Watson to put her left front leg and her right front leg into the dress. She ordered Mrs. Watson to zip the dress up. She allowed Mrs. Watson to put the tiara on her head. Aunt Ledger, said Mrs. Watson, I brought that better on, said Mr. Watson. Mercy's stomach growled. It was looking forward to the treats.